Cloth masks are made of intertwined fibers. SARS-CoV-2 is really small, too small to be trapped by most fabrics that you'd find around your home. Fortunately, it often travels in droplets a lot bigger than that, and cloth masks could help with those. While some small drops might still get through, a cloth mask will help block the larger ones from reaching our mouths and leaving our mouths. At this point, there's no really big controlled study that looks at cloth masks. But what smaller studies have shown, for the most part, is that cloth masks are better than wearing nothing. And what they're really doing is stopping those larger droplets. If you're planning to buy or make a cloth mask, the CDC is recommending 2 layers of 100% cotton fabric that's tightly woven. Think bed sheets with a really high thread count. As I was doing research, there were a couple of studies in particular that stood out. In 2013, there was a study that tested a virus that was about the size of SARS-CoV-2 against a bunch of different materials. They looked at things like 100% cotton t-shirts, pillowcases, silk, even vacuum cleaner bags. All did better than if nothing were used. Antimicrobial pillowcases actually blocked around 68% of the virus, but the vacuum cleaner bags did even better and blocked around 85%. A more recent study, which I should mention has not undergone any sort of rigorous peer review, looked at people's homemade masks. They found that 2 layers of high-quality, heavyweight quilter's cotton with a thread count of 180 or more did the best. That stopped about 79% of the particles from going through. And those particles were a little bit bigger than the SARS-CoV-2 virus, but probably about the size of the droplets that it might travel in. And double-layered masks did better than single-layered masks. Another scientist I called up was Dr. Shan So Lin, who's an expert in global health. And she also emphasized the importance of layers.
Use, multiple layers. If you only have bandanas, use 2 of those. If you only have a scarf, wrap it around your face a couple times. If you're using a t-shirt, use 2 layers of it. Again, the cloth mask for the general public is really to keep big globs of stuff away. And if you're social distancing, you should be outside the glob radius anyway.
Good rule of thumb is once you choose your material, hold it up to a light. If a lot of light shines through, if you can even see these fibers here, you should probably choose a different material. And make sure that that cloth mask that you either make or buy is really tight to your face. Any sort of space is just going to allow more droplets through. So again, cloth masks seem to help overall, and they help with those bigger droplets. So if you're going to wear a cloth mask, be smart about it. Part of being smart about it means knowing how to put it on and take it off.
Here's my mask. It has ear loops on the ends here. So what you want to make sure to do is never touch the outside of the mask to your face, because that would defeat the purpose of wearing a mask. And this one's clean, so you just put it over your face here and put the ear loops on here, and you can adjust it from down here if you need to push it up, and then leave it alone, do your thing. And when you're taking it off again, by the ear loops, and very carefully move it away from your face. And so I store them this way, dirty side up, and so I can keep putting the same mask on and off if I'm going in and out a couple times a day. And also just make sure that your masks are dry, because when they're wet, they're not quite as effective. I wash my masks every night and dry them so that they're dry for the next morning. I like to think of it as kind of a triad. So you've got social distancing, hand washing, and mask wearing. So you need all these 3 things together, because you can't always hand wash. If your hands are crusty and you touch your face, that's no good. So the mask, kind of protects you against your own dirty hands. And the social distancing to the mask can help blunt that a little bit. If you take a direct sneeze to the face, it'll help you. And all these things are protecting you. If you don't have a mask, social distancing and hand washing can help you some. So that's why if you do all 3 of those things together, that's the most powerful triad of protection.
In conclusion, if you decide to make a mask, follow CDC guidelines. Make the best one possible with the stuff you have. Use proper technique to put it on and to take it off, and wash it every night. Continue to wash your hands, don't touch your face, social distance, and self-quarantine if you can. Stay safe, everyone.